So a seagull or a stork or whatever does not bring you your kid. So as you know, you ready? As you know, I'm having a baby. So I'm going to do a gender reveal, but I'm going to do it in an interesting way, hopefully. I wanted to go over some basic biology first, because everybody needs to know this stuff, and a lot of times you learn it in biology, and then you forget it. So we ready? Real quick. So this should be all familiar to you, but let's start with the basics. All cells have genetic information. Let's start even before that. What are cells made of?
DNA.
Well, genetic information, potentially. Chromosomes, potentially.
Organelles.
Organelles, potentially. What's smaller than that? Smaller than an organelle?
Atoms.
Atoms and molecules. Okay, bottom line is cells are made of atoms and molecules, right? Now you have all the cells in your body. That's what makes you who you are. It's really interesting. But basically, you are a eukaryote. So you've learned the difference of like a eukaryotic cell and, okay. So eukaryotic cells, per cell, they have 46 chromosomes. You have 23 pairs. And that is, it's like a DNA package. So it's like packaged DNA, which is deoxyribonucleic acid, if you're wondering what it stands for. Then, check this out. 23 of those 46 comes from sperm, and 23 comes from the egg, right? And that comes together to make the 46. Now, they pair up. So 23 from your mom, 23 from your dad, they paired up. And you have 22 autosomes, which are non-sex chromosomes, and you have one sex chromosome. So we're about to do the gender reveal, right? And the gender reveal really is determined by this one sex pair of chromosomes. So you have the sex gene karyotype. We're almost done. You can come in and watch. The sex gene karyotype, as we know, the primary hormone for males is testosterone, females it's estrogen. Or you could specify like estradiol or something like that. If you look at males, it's XY, right? The X pairs with the Y, XY chromosome, and then for females, it's XX chromosome. If you look at what the actual name of this is called hetero, meaning what? What does hetero mean? It means different. So heterogametic or homogametic. Now, here's the important part. Your dad and your mom, right? So they have diploid cells, which means their cells have 46 chromosomes, 23 pairs, right? What happened is, the dad produces millions and millions through spermatogenesis of sperm daily through his testes. Now, that's also called meiosis, right? Now, if you look at the female version of that, your mom actually produces, or you, if you're a female, produce all of the eggs through oogenesis in your ovaries before you're born, right? Oogenesis. Or it's called the ova or egg or oocyte, all right? Bottom line is, that's just phenomenal, isn't it? Like, little baby females, before they're born, they actually have already produced all of the eggs that they'll ever have, right? Did you know that? And so we have meiosis. Now those come together, last case. So now we have 23 chromosomes from each that come back together to make 46. And now you have a completely new diploid organism, which is awesome. And now you start as something called a zygote, which is a diploid cell. It's like the fertilized egg. And then you have mitosis, and it leads to who you are. All your specialized cells, like your heart, your lungs, your brain, like all of those cells develop differently. Like I already heard the heartbeat, right, of my baby. All the facial features are already developed, and we're less than 20 weeks in. So it happens quickly. Rapid division, it's crazy. So that simple biology out of the way. Hopefully you guys remember that. Time for the gender reveal. You ready? So I'm going to do it in an interesting way. So I'm going to take this and put a little bit of stuff in here. Now I have a sample that's going to turn pink if it's a girl, and it's going to turn blue if it's a boy. You ready? Okay, so you can scream if you want.
No.
Okay, you ready? So I'll start as I put it in. So, am I having a boy or girl? You ready?
Splash.
Girl. Thank you. Now, one more thing. Now, this is actually not a sample from my baby, okay? Like, just so that you know.
Baby in there.
Just so that you know, because we're sticking to real science, let's not go crazy here. Two more things, okay? One is that this was actually phenolphthalein, and this is a base, so I knew it would turn pink. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is over here, I didn't mention the rare genetic abnormalities that can exist. So there are other things other than XX and XY. It's very rare. Similar, like you could be born with 6 fingers or 6 toes. It's not what's normal. It's abnormal. That's why we call it abnormal. It's nothing wrong with it. It's an abnormality. You can have just one X chromosome, which is called like Turner's, and then you can have XXY, which is Klinefelter's. Have you heard of that? No. So pretty rare, but that can happen. So awesome.